What's up guys, Nick Rapazzi here. Welcome to the Paradise C6 YouTube channel. So today we're not gonna be working on much. It's just basically an update video because I haven't put a video out in probably, I don't know, 7 days or so. So it's just because the week has been non-stop, it's been insane. And I went and picked up a motor for the Corvette. So this right here is a 5.3 LC9. It came out of a 2013 Chevy Silverado. And from the research that I've done about the LC9, it's basically an LS2 motor that isn't bored out completely to an LS2. It is a 5.3, and I really don't mind about the displacement on this because this motor's displacement is a little bit better suited for the turbo kit that we have. Because it's a 76-75 turbo, the 6.0 is a little bit on the higher side for the back pressure that we were getting, and seeing on the dyno that we were kind of getting a little bit of knock when we were getting up into the higher horsepower range. That's why we lowered the PSI on it, because we didn't want to basically blow the motor. And no fault of the tune, we did end up blowing the motor. And a lot of people know I've been getting a lot of comments on the video I made about the motor blowing, and everyone's coming back with there's something went wrong with the tuning and this and that. And it's a really common issue with the LS motor, that if you do not gap the rings for boost, you will crack the pistons, as we did. And it's exactly what happened. If you look where the piston actually cracked, it's where the piston rings actually meet together. And so what happens is you have two piston rings right side by side, and when you're boosting and everything's hot, and again with the ring gap being so tight, it's getting so hot that when the ring's expanding, the rings start touching, and then they pop the top of the cylinders like we have. If it was like crazy knocking issue, all the cylinders would be crazy discolored. And yes, the one cylinder that is all chewed up, it is discolored. And that is because when it broke a piece off the piston, it was bouncing around in there, lifted the head, and at some point when it lifted the head, it cracked the cylinder wall. So I have the hood popped on here now, so I just want to show you the actual damage on this thing. So let's see if you guys, and I honestly didn't even notice this damage until I was editing the video about the motor being blown. So I'm not sure if it's gonna come up right here, but yeah, you see that line that's going straight down? That is a crack straight through the wall of the piston here. This crack right there. And I didn't really notice it because I was just rushing through getting the heads off, and then when I was editing I saw the crack, came out and confirmed it. So that's why we're going with this block, and hopefully everything goes well. I am going to try something new with this. We are going to go with, because I was going to go with Eagle rods and Wiseco pistons, and I did a little bit of research, and Summit has actually come out with their own forged line of pistons and rods, and I want to try them out. They're pretty cheap. It's 500 bucks for the pistons, 500 bucks for the rods. And from everything that I've read on the reviews and the people that have bought them and used them, everyone's completely happy with them, making close to 1,000 horsepower with them. And what I'm told is they're just rebranded Wiseco and K1 rods. So we're gonna do that. It's because, again, it's fairly cheap. I picked up this block for 500 bucks. We're gonna throw pistons, rods, and the crank out of that. The reason why we're taking the crank out of the LS2 and putting it in this motor is I have the 1-year Corvette. The 05 has a 24X reluctor wheel, where these have, I want to say 52 or 58. Don't remember the exact number. And so the crank pickup is totally different. So if we didn't, I would have to get a box to convert it, and I really don't want to do all that. The rotating assembly on this is fairly good. We're gonna pull it out, have everything checked, and I'm gonna pay to get the motor assembled, because I've never built a motor before and I really don't want to try it out. I just want the car to run and work great again. And with the upgrading of the pistons and rods, we're going to turn the boost up to probably about 16 to 20 psi and run a water meth kit as well. So I really want to see like 800 horsepower out of it this time, because the 585, it was good, we're having fun with it, and I could just tell that there's a little bit more potential out of the car, because everyone I've taken on a test drive or let drive the car, it was very manageable. So like pretty much anyone can get in and start flooring it and be like, okay, you won't lose control, any of that kind of stuff. And I wanna, like, again, I want it to scare me. It scared me for a week or two, and then you want more. So it is a good reason to upgrade and make more power and a little bit more money. I honestly wish I just did pistons and rods to begin with and forego all this stuff because it's literally $1,000, and I could have had forged internals because the cranks are good to about 1,000. So as soon as you start making anything over 1,000, upgrade the crank, but we're not gonna do that here. Once we go for big horsepower numbers, we will, but this is just a quick go so I can enjoy the rest of the summer, fall with the car, because like fall time's like the best time in Connecticut to be driving a car around. It's perfect weather for boost, and I really just want to enjoy the car again. So we're going piston rods, throw it all together. No machine work, anything like that. We're just having it assembled. I might get the heads decked, but again, the reason why I bought this fully assembled motor is my heads were bad, and those are 243 heads. So we're gonna spend a day transferring over all the springs and all the rockers and everything over to this, and basically use as much of this as we possibly can and steal any parts that we need off of there. So technically I really could just pull the crank out of this, throw it in here, and just throw it in the car, but don't want this problem to happen again. Rather just do it right this time, have it run perfect, and get everything going. And then just a quick update on this. I'm still waiting on some parts and to get the motor mounts and all that stuff to make sure that the motor fits in correctly, which we have chilling right over there. And I have a bunch of metal work. I do have a video coming out this upcoming week, either in the next couple days or this weekend, on the metal work of fixing all the rust holes and everything that's fucked up on the inside of this, because the person that did, like, I don't want to say a restore, but did the floors and a little bit of rust repair on this car before my buddy Benny bought it, did it half-ass, and everything's just been shitty, as you guys have already heard me say in a bunch of videos. But we have all the new metal there, we have the new metal over there that we picked up last week, and it's just a matter of just finding time. So I'm gonna spend the time today getting stuff moved around for this, cleaning up the garage, and getting ready to get the motor pulled, because we have to get that motor out. So yeah, that's about it. Just a quick update video, letting you guys know everything is going on. Sorry that I've been just all over the place with work and just haven't been having the time to make a video and get into everything. But this week everything's cleared up. I have nothing going on, so it's just get out of work, start going to town on these, because again, still keeping the same schedule with this. I want this pretty much ready for paint and body work now that I have everything. I want it done by the end of the month, so it gives us about 2 weeks, and then we can start moving into rewiring the whole car, roll cage, everything, all that kind of stuff. So super excited. Hope you guys are too. Hope you guys are having a good week. I'm gonna have 2 or 3 videos come out this week. It's just been, it was hell last week trying to get things done, and we're back at it. So if you haven't yet, smash the subscribe button. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you have any questions whatsoever, just drop them in the comment section below. And hopefully we'll get to this stuff soon and start driving again. All right, talk to y'all later. Peace.